It is cold and dark out here. It is 47 degrees. Today was 53 or 54 as a high. Just unpleasant. Escondido has more extremes than the rest of San Diego since we're a little more inland and closer to some mountains. But here's the fleet today. Most of the day today was spent on a car that's not here anymore. We did an MPI, multi-point inspection, on an 01 525 wagon, manual, black interior. Kind of needs a lot of work, a lot of deferred maintenance, 207,000 miles, largely an original suspension. It had style 5 wheels with those little hubcap centers on them, and he did not have the tool for that. So I measured it, and it's 50 or 82 millimeters, and I made a very high-tech tool here that is 52 millimeters here, and you put that on there and crank it, and it comes right off, and that was fun with the Sawzall today, but it did indeed get the job done. So that's back with the customer now. I don't know what he's going to decide to proceed with. Hopefully at least some of the suspension and tires and brakes, the safety related items. But on Ken's 540, the brake lines are in, the brakes are bled, valve covers were done yesterday, starts and runs beautifully. And tomorrow we're expecting the cluster back, so that should go back in. Then we'll get the car over with the bumper to the paint and body shop to have that portion of the work done. My dad put the spark plugs in the red car today, and they're done. We couldn't really find the torque spec, so it's something like 10 pounds. But they're in there, and wires go down and fit pretty neatly. Tomorrow we'll put those beauty covers on with the new gaskets, get that sealed up, and then we got all those little push body nut things that have to go in kind of everywhere. And I guess he put 1 or 2 in and said they don't fit very well, so I'm gonna have to dig into that. I don't even see which one he worked on. Also tomorrow we're going to be getting the transmission in the 525, the rebuilt one, and then rebuilding the drive line and the suspension and the brake hoses and fan and clutch and all the other work that he decided to proceed with. So definitely plenty to keep us busy here. Which one is this one is the Le Mans blue interior. So I'm still waiting on those gaskets, which should be here tomorrow. That will allow me to put the headlights in, and it sounds like he's just going to forgo the Blue Boss audio solution, seeing that his hardwired radar detectors installed or concealed in there rather, and he wants that instead of the audio. So nice and easy. The best BMW M3 right there, an Estoril Blue E36 convertible, hopefully a 5-speed. Oh, I love it. Look at that thing. Those wheels, the mirrors. I'm only partially kidding. You know, for a lot of reasons, I do think the E36 M3 is the best M3. It definitely has the best engine from a reliability standpoint. I know it's 240 horsepower and that's next to nothing, but the car feels seriously fast. And let's be real, while the chassis drives very well, it's not at all strong. You hit a big enough pothole, the thing won't align right ever. And the interior was junk and all that, but the M3 wasn't supposed to be a really high-end luxury car that the modern 3 Series has become several generations later. The E46, awesome car, major engine problems, big chassis problems too. Then you have the E90, even more major engine problems, but an absolutely beautiful car inside and out, much better materials, build quality, creature comforts and all that. The F80, and that's kind of when the M3 died, or at least started to die. It's a turbo car. Still good looking. And then the current one I almost refuse to acknowledge just based on the looks alone. It drives really well, it's fast, it's still somewhat fun to drive even with the Buick Verano 8-speed, but certainly not an M3 like that was. Wow. And then I've got to at least mention the E30, which was pretty much a first generation Corolla.